First time I laid eyes on Timmy Sutcliffe was most likely at VFL training, but Timmy meant nothing to me back then. It was only when we got to the Lawn pub and he had a room for me at after the Lawn Pier to pub that Timmy became a really important factor in my life.
He's just a great guy. Look, I met him through umpiring, and I remember in 2007 I had the pleasure of awarding him the Umpire of the Year, which he thoroughly deserved. He took everything before him. He was thin, reasonably tall, but he's a very unassuming guy.
Umpiring came naturally to him. Timmy is and was the ultimate consummate professional. He had the players at his fingertips. He knew the rules at the back of his hand, and where he didn't know the rules, like the best of us, he made it up, and it didn't matter because he was that good at being able to do it. He had a terrific engagement with the players. He knew the club officials really, really well. He had a great relationship with all involved on game day, and that's what made Timmy Sutcliffe the terrific umpire that he was.
Tim was so good at the umpiring craft. One of the great things about observing and watching Tim in a match was he very rarely made an error. He just was that good, and that was due to his fitness and his positioning. His on-field performance, we always have this saying in umpiring that if you're not noticed, then you've done well. Well, he was rarely noticed.
We had some terrific times together. Timmy and I were lucky enough to umpire 4 A-grade grand finals in a row together. And I don't remember anything about the games, but the after matches were fantastic. And if Tim was the consummate professional on the field, he was even better off the field. Those after matches after those 4 A-grade grand finals were just super.
I think he was so professional. I like that about him. He was the sort of guy that you would never, you just knew he would never ever let you down or let the group down, and he certainly never ever would let himself down.
One thing I think that Tim was great at was umpiring footy the VAFA way, and that's what I try and impart on our umpires as well. Umpiring the VAFA way, let it go, pay the major and warranted free kicks. And I suspect that Timmy would be a little sceptical of the way footy's umpired these days. It perhaps is a little too technical.
He'd be very proud. He'd be really honoured to receive, a Big V award. And I think if you walked into his home, I'm sure he'd have it in, right in the best position for people to have a look at.
Absolute and due credit to the fact that he's been honoured in this way because of the contribution he's made to VAFA footy over so many years, not only as an umpire, but also coming back to assist with game day operations in the finals and on subcommittees and the like. So I couldn't think of anybody better from that era to be inducted into the Big V Hall of Fame.